We're going to get into the science of that right now as we continue our live team coverage with hurricane expert Dan Kotloski. Dan, great to see you as always. I want to start with the fact that this thing, even though it is strengthening, it doesn't look as well defined as what it did yesterday.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. If you look at the satellite image, there's a lot of dry air on the east side of it, kind of coming into the north. Also, this is not really a really classic hurricane, so it's more like a hybrid hurricane. But the core center of the storm actually has warmer temperatures in the outside, and that's what defines it as a true hurricane. Now, Adam, the biggest issue with this right now is high-level winds are really flowing across this very strongly, about 50 to 55 miles an hour over the top of it in the high levels of the atmosphere. This is the reason why it looks like all the clouds are kind of shoved off to the east of it. So storms like this cannot intensify very quickly. However, it's over very warm water right now. The longer it stays over warm water, it will have the ability to slowly intensify, even despite the shear.
As this pulls north, Dan, we're concerned about the storm surge, which has already been present in some of these coastal South Carolina communities, but that'll become much more of a concern. So can you talk about how prone places like Charleston are to storm surge flooding?
Exactly. Well, if anyone's been in Charleston, like Folly Beach, for example, you can almost walk a mile out there at low tide. So that's a very shallow area. The continental shelf goes way out there, and these are the areas that are most prone to storm surge. The last storm to really hit this area was Hugo, and it made landfall in right around Sullivan Island, which is just a little bit to the north of Charleston. And when it made landfall, the storm surge was well over 15 feet. This is a much less intense storm. However, it does have a diameter of about 300 miles. To put that in perspective, Sandy had a diameter of 900 miles. But the same effect, though. It's a large storm, and it helps funnel wind, and that helps to funnel water, and that's what's going to cause a 3 to 6 foot storm surge where and to the right of where it makes landfall.
And I like how you were vague with that mentioning, because there's still some questions.